All right, so excellent, excellent, excellent. Here we are. Here we are with Close the Gap. And what is that all about? So I have a very tight schedule for you. So hang on to your seatbelt. And I'm so excited that you're listening to this from wherever you are, any time of the day, all over the world. This is going to be here for a long time to come. So welcome, welcome. And thank you so much. It's really a blessing to actually have so many of you reach out and connect. And I'm doing this just so that I can help you further. All right. I really want you to close this gap and grow to a level that you've never grown before. But I really want you to focus. And in order for us to do that, let's just remove all distractions for a few minutes. I know you're busy. I'm busy. You're busy. There's a lot of stuff happening in the background. And that's where the space, as you can tell, kind of moved a little bit today. But it's all good. I want you to focus. Turn off all distractions, shut off that email, shut off that phone. We're going to be here for maybe 20, 25 minutes. Then I have a gift for you at the end so you can take with you as to how you can really get busy closing that gap. So welcome and thank you for being here. So I don't take it lightly and I really appreciate you being here present in this space. So what is this about where we talk about closing the gap? And is there a gap? Is there a gap from where you are and where you want to be? Is there a gap in the performance that how you see yourself showing up and how you want to show up? You go to do some things and it doesn't really go as you planned, or you fall apart, or you don't persist. Is there a gap? Is there a gap in that money that you've been wanting to earn? And don't tell me you don't want money, because everybody wants the money, but nobody wants to talk about it. Is there a gap in how you take vacation? Perhaps you take vacation, but you're in a very tight budget. Perhaps you take vacation and you're on a very tight budget. And it's not even a vacation anymore, right? It's more of a thing that you do because many other people are doing it. How about if we look at the previous year or 2 years before that? Or 3 years before that, where has your income been and where is it now? Where is this gap? You're thinking it's going to be there, but you're actually here. Is there a gap of you showing up on time? So it comes down to really, what do you really want? And I only have few slides to share with you today. And we will have a gift at the end of this session for you, for those who stick around. And then for the Q&A part of it, it's going to be tonight. So, and this is for the serious and the committed and the clients and the friends that are really into this and that are really going to make that decision to move forward. Because are you pushing yourself right now to the edge? Because if you are, I'm going to tell you, I have bad news for you. It ain't going to work. It's not by hard work. If you think you're going to get through this by hard work, perish the idea. See, a lot of laborers are working hard. Look outside. A lot of people who are cutting the grass, they work hard. A lot of people who put rails in the ground, they work hard. In the mines, they work hard. They don't seem to be making a lot of money. They don't seem to be growing the way they want to. They don't have the buildings they want, the coaching they want, the cars they want. So I'm connecting the dots for you as to how you got here and how the law of attraction brought you into this world of mine, where I'm going to share with you some wisdom, some insights that can really shift the game for you. And it's up to you to say, yep, I want this, because I only work with committed people. But I got to tell you again, if you think it's working hard, it's not. And all you have to do is just look at your results. Look where you were last year, the year before, and the year before that. Because I'm not talking about 2, 3, 4% increase or 10%. I'm talking about a whole different quantum leap of results. That's what I'm talking about. Maybe that gap for you is a career move. The company where you are has so much struggle, has so much burnout, and really the culture is more like, let's burn out, let's work you hard, let's get you to get dizzy at work before you even can go home, right? I got to tell you, that's not the way. See, I was in your shoes, and that's how I know that. And I'm telling you, I'm sharing with you what I know that works. What I know works so well that millions of people have used it. Thousands of people have participated in these classes. Hundreds of my personal clients who've read my notes and spent time with me to really change. But all of that will not make any difference unless you make a decision. It starts by making the decision that today is the day. And you might want to write this one down and say, today is the day. Today is the day that I'm going to change things for me. Today, I'm going to make a decision that I will finally grow up. Today is the day that I'm going to really take an action towards this $1 million goal that I have, or $100,000 job, or the business that you want to open, or the cherry farm that you want to plant. And from this day on, we're going to start taking action towards it and stop that self-sabotage and that things that go on and on and on and on. So perhaps there's a gap. Perhaps there isn't a gap. Perhaps you just want to multiply that business to the 10 million, 100 million. Because many people are struggling just to make the first 100,000. Then they struggle to make their 200,000, then the million, and then the 10 million. So there's different levels, but the base framework that I'm going to share with you is the same. Now, I didn't come up with it. Somebody much smarter than me did that. Billionaires did that, and they've shared it with us, and I'm sharing it with you. Why am I doing that? Why would I want to share with you these secrets? To give you this access to some information that can truly change the game for you. Well, there is a reason. Initially, I didn't understand. Because if you think, like the elite and the rich, why would they want to teach everybody how to grow a business and earn money? Why? Why wouldn't they keep it for themselves? But yet this information is already available. The school and libraries have all the information. Any plan you want is already here. Everything that you want to build is already kind of built somewhere. It's not built in your bank. It's not built in your backyard. You don't own it, but somebody does. So we're talking about transference of ideas. We're talking about what's out there that you keep dreaming about, but yet you want to manifesting it into your life. And that's the struggle. You look outside of you to see what others are doing, and you just keep operating from the current results that you have, and things don't change. Well, today's the day for you to learn and take a peek about how we can start closing the gap. And I'm going to share with you something from some amazing people, mentors of mine, that I've been studying and I continue to study every day. This will change the game for you. So let me do that. I won't bore you with who I am and what's going on, but basically this is a little brief about me, right? So I'm a elite coach, high performance coach, helping those who are struggling in the corporate world to really bridge the gap between your aspirations and your achievement. Many clients have 10 times their income, 4 times their investment. They became number one in sales. This is a journey of success that you are onto, and the world attracted you to me for some reason, okay? Now, every one of us needs to have a why, and I encourage you to have your why. Why do you want this? Why do you want this growth? Why do you want to earn that money? Why do you want to build that business? Why, all right? How much reflection do you need to do? So when I said this material is not really mine, I just borrow the ideas and I implement it in my life so that I can 3 times my income, 5 times my investments, help my clients really grow. These are some of the world's legends right here on the screen. And if you don't know them, you're missing out. And this is some of the ideas that I'm going to share with you and practical hands-on engineering, psychology, and science that could really shift the needle for you. But again, if you don't make that commitment that today is the day, today is the decision that you say, I'm done with the old me, I'm done with where I am, and I really want to move closer. I want to know what Andrew Carnegie knew. I want to know what Napoleon Hill wrote in that Think and Grow Rich book, that secret. The book is available. I first met the book in 96, but I wasn't ready for it. And about 6, 7 years ago, that's kind of when I started getting back into the material. That's when I got trained and certified by Bob Proctor on this material. And that's when I really started to wake up. And that's when I made the decision that there is a better way than working hard, because working hard is a prerequisite, but it's not the way. So it's not tricky, it's not confusing, it's just illogical. And it's scary. Most people are scared of making a jump in a business sense. Most people are scared in making a jump in buying a company, selling a company. Most people are scared, what I call them the 6 ghosts of fear of getting a promotion. Most people have this thing of fear of criticism as to what people say about them, how they show up. They are so concerned with what's happening in the outside world, what people are thinking about them, saying about them, they don't even make them move. Well, I have news for you. Nobody's thinking about you. You might be thinking they are. And if they are, it's for like a tiny little bit. The 1 billion people in China, or 1 point, whatever number, 4 or 5 or 2 in India, they're not thinking about you. But yet the fear mechanism has got you crippled. And these are all just some basic ideas to help you understand that you have to make that permanent call to action, that today is the day I'm going to make the decision, you're going to make the decision that you're going to start moving towards this goal to close what I call the gap. Burning out at work is not the way. Struggle is not the way. See, how I know that? Because I did that. My parents struggled for a long time. My grandparents struggled for a long time. And what do they have to show for it? Nothing to put them to shame or to kind of laugh at it, but I know they've worked hard, but yet they don't have $1 billion in the bank. They don't have 20, 30, 40, $100 million in the bank. How come? And then there are so many other people who are less educated than them have it. What's the difference? This material is the difference. The different way of thinking. So if you're ready to make a decision, if you're ready to really embark on a journey that's going to help you close up, obviously we cannot do it all in one session. But I got to tell you, you probably ask yourself, can I do this? You know, you did it, you got lucky, and it kind of worked, and da-da-da. Would it work for me? Well, why wouldn't it work for you? I mean, can you count to 3, systematic study, elite level mentorship? And can you do that? I bet all of you can. But right away, as soon as we think of something big, our fear and cynicism and our lack and our shame of failing before says, it's not for me. I can't do that. This is a joke. How can I tell somebody I'm going to do this to improve my life? As soon as we say we want to do something big, the guards come up. And this is where the power of decisions come in. For those who come on the call tonight to ask a question, then watch the short video that I have on decision and what it takes to move and how to mastermind your life and business to the next level. You're going to be amazed what you're missing. You're going to get, the light bulb is going to go on as to why you are where you are. That's how the system, if you can do this, I can do this. Anybody can. You know, we've all heard the words, we become what we think about. It's so simple, so easy. So if we think we can close the gap, are we thinking we can, or are we thinking we can't? So where are you now? So how we close the gap? How does it begin? So we make that committed decision, and it's like a mark, it's like a land, it's like you put it on the paper, you put the date and say, today is the day that I'm going to focus. But to do that, you got to know where you are, and you're going to know where you're going. Now, most people, especially those who've been coached so many times, and the coaching world now is so confusing because everybody can actually put out their on their website and pretend that they can do it, and then it's so confusing and so diluted. You really should only listen to people that actually have accomplished something. Be careful where this information is coming from. You gotta go to the source. When I decided to learn this material, I went to the source. I went to the Napoleon Hill Institute, who are actually still around. I went to the source of wisdom from Earl Nightingale and Bob. Why would you want to do that? Because you don't want to diluted information. You want to go to somebody that's done what you want to do. If it is you want to feel serenity, if you want to feel calm, if you want to feel at ease, if you want to build a business that is focused on team, culture, inspiration. So you go to those who know what you're doing. I'm not going to talk too much about energy and vibration and frequency because we're going to keep this nice and tight. But do you know where you are today? Can you put like, 5 or 6 things on a piece of paper and say, in my relationship, where am I? Is it healthy? Do you like who you're with? Are you brave enough to actually admit it? The income that you're at, is this what you want? Do you actually look at your expenses? Do you know that you need to spend less than what you're making? Most people don't. Why are you here? Why are you listening to this anyways? So we have to start asking, where are we now? Because if we don't know where we are now, how the heck are we gonna know where we're going? Where is this next level? Why some people have and some don't? Same color, same skin, maybe different city, different country, but some have it and some don't. In a nutshell, the reason we are where we are, all of us, in our achievements and our results and our bank account and our jobs and the people that we hang around is because we have a program that we're programmed in. Our current results are where they are due to this program that we're on. Like we are programmed. Our minds, our thoughts are at a certain level. Down at the bottom, what you see here, the thought. This is where we are. It doesn't matter if it's 10,000, 5,000, 100,000. You're somewhere. If you're not happy with these results, which is, I suggest you start being unhappy with what you got. Be grateful for what you got, but you got to be dissatisfied to achieve that next level goal. See, we have to shift what I call this mindset. We have to shift this paradigm. And you probably heard a bit of that before. And if not, after you make that committed decision, and it's got to be committed, it's not wishful thinking. It's not hopeful. See, wishful thinking and hopeful, they'll give up at the first sign of resistance. Let's say you want to go for a run. And you go for a run every day. And then you wake up, you get to try to go for a run, it's raining. Would you go for the run? See, the weak will not go for the run because it's raining. But those who are committed, they will go for the run. They will not delay it. The rain is not going to melt you. And this is a small example, but that's how it works. You're going to have to do whatever it takes to get to that goal. You will have to do the travel. You will have to make the phone calls. You will have to become this next thing that you want. Because everything that we want is already here. Now, how can I say that with conviction? Everything that we want is already here. Let's say you want a beautiful house, 5 bedrooms, 2-car garage. It's already here. Somebody has it. You just don't have it. Let's say you want $1 million. Well, there's a lot of money in the world. It's already here. So whatever it is that you want is already here. It just is not with you, and you haven't added enough value in the marketplace to get that. And your mind is not programmed at that value. Your mind is programmed at the dollar figure that you are right now. Same with me. Whatever I'm telling you applies to me, by the way. I'm not different than you. We're all the same. We're all a child of God, child of spirit, implementing our physical reality. So what we have to do, we have to start learning how to shift our mindset to this other level of thinking, operate at a different frequency, show up at a different vibration. Now, how do you do that? Does that mean just being positive? Is it just changing your attitude? Is it just being grateful? Well, if you are willing to commit 30 minutes a day And that's where the decision comes in. You give me 30 minutes a day, and in 30 days, I'll help you shift your thinking. In 90 days, you'll be a different person. And in 6 months, you are going to be needing a telescope to see yourself. I know that because I've done it many times with many goals. I've done it with many clients. I've seen it with thousands of people. So we got to start working on this decision. We got to work on this thing that you want. We got to work on, are you ready for this good that you want to receive? Are you ready for this next level? Some of you are not ready. Some of you, even if you get the gift, you'll probably spend it. You know, money comes where it's invited and taken care of. Money does not go to people that waste it. If it's money that you want. We all heard of this thing that we become what we think about, right? What are you thinking about all the time? Are you thinking about what you want, or are you thinking about what you don't want? Are you thinking about your bills, or are you thinking about the money that's coming to you? Are you thinking about how many times you've lost, or how many times you've won? And how can you start to catch yourself? Like, there's a very thin layer between intellectual and subconscious, and how you can catch yourself. And that's where the higher mental side of you comes in. This is where you'll stop being reactive, right? And you start to respond. See, animals react. They have instincts. We were gifted with this higher mental faculties, the memory, intuition, reason, will, focus, and perception. But we don't use them. The only thing we use is mostly memory. We go to school, we study a book, we pass a test, boom, we get it. This other side of us that can help us stay on task and do things efficiently, we don't use them enough. Now, this is the part where mostly is the work. And that's why I can guarantee you in 30 days, you will shift if you do what I tell you, but you got to do everything that I tell you. Not one thing, not to, all of it, 100%. You do 100%, you get the results. You do 50%, you're going to get less than 50%. And that's how it works, because somebody smarter than me came up with this. They figured it out. And all you have to do is just follow directions. You got to follow directions from somebody that's done it. You got to do the work. You got to be willing to pay the price. Are you willing to pay the price for whatever it takes that you want to get, right? So, again, those who are willing to pay the price, and those who are committed, those who stick to the end, you are going to get a very, very nice gift from me, what I call my first lesson in this wisdom of material that's going to help you close the gap. This gap from where you are to where you're going to get could be miles apart. And the beauty is, it's easy to do. I can do this, you can do this. I'm actually going to show you right now. This is the framework. This is the crux of the framework. You don't need all of it. This is a lot actually on the screen. And apologies, this image is going to be simplified a little bit more so that to not show it as an overwhelming thing. You only need one or two things from all these things on the screen. But you don't know that. You have to talk to somebody that knows what they're doing to know what is it that you're missing. And what if we can gift you the lesson that you need to start to bridge this gap? And that's the gift that I'm going to give you. Now, this is a framework that I don't have time to explain all of it on this call, because this call is only 30 minutes. But tonight, we're going to do the Q&A. Tonight, I'm going to answer your questions on whatever they are, 30, 40 minutes. And teach you more about how to make that decision and stop going backwards, because you've made many decisions. You've made many commitments, but you keep breaking them. But how can we end this misery, this cycle of you start and stop, start and stop, stop and stop, you know? How can we stop quitting on ourselves on the things that we want, right? What is the magic? What is the secret, right? There's one breakthrough that I will share with you today, and it has to do with this subconscious mind control. As to this one idea that you want that can really, and that could be that goal, help you change. And I call it auto-suggestion. See, the subconscious mind that we all have, we're all connected, is being fed anyways, and it is subjective. So you can give it anything you want. You can visualize the life that you deserve. You can visualize the vacation. You can actually go there right now. You can see yourself on the beach. You can see yourself on the beach, sitting on that chair, your feet's on the water, and the wave is coming to you. I mean, I can see it. I don't know if you can see it. I can see it. And if you close your eyes, you can actually feel the water going on your feet. You can go there. There is a place. See, the mind works in images, and it can take anything you give it. It doesn't know right from wrong. And that's what drives your body to do what you need to do. And it's like a thermostat. You have a set regulation right now that is giving you the results that you got. What if we can tweak that regulation? What if we can get you to visualize this big thing that you want and put this goal on a card, which is I'm going to share with you tonight. That's part of the gift. Reach out, by the way. Just let me know that you want to come and get you to start taking action towards that goal. And the reason you have to take action, because that's the thing. Just wanting it doesn't do anything. We're living in a physical world. The law of cause and effect is on. It's like gravity. You don't take action, no results. Bad action, bad results. Good action, good results. It doesn't matter where you are as long as you start. So if I teach you this concept, if I teach you this auto-suggestion, if you do the thing for 30 days, I bet you 1,000% your life will change. And that's how I can guarantee it. When I first saw that on Bob's page, tell me what you want and I help you get it. I'm like, what the heck is that? I know how much baloney could that be? But I gotta tell you, it's as real as night and day. It's as real as night and day. So let's summarize. We get you to focus. We get you to pick a goal. We get you to start doing something that you've never done before in the morning and at night. We get you to write your goal every day. Get you to visualize your goal every day. We get you 30 days commitment with somebody that knows what the hell is going on, that knows how to guide you. We'll get you to do some exercises that could really free up all the goo and the gunk, all the stuff that's happening in your mind that's blocking you from thinking. We need some clear thinking, right? Elon Musk has a thing, he calls it first principle thinking. Most people don't actually think. Because if you want it, you can get it. The key is, are you willing to pay the price? Are you willing to bet on yourself? When I was with Les Brown late last year, beginning of this year as well, he asked me this question, and it's a pretty interesting story. He said, Kamal, do you know why you're winning? I said, I wake up, I do stuff, I work out, meet people, go to work, come back. He goes, yeah, but why are you winning? A lot of people are doing that. I bet you Brendan, who's listening here, and I can see that live, he's going to work, he wakes up. He's not winning like he wants to win. What's the difference? So we talked back and forth. By the way, Les Brown is the #1 speaker in the world. He gets paid anywhere from $25,000 to $200,000 a talk. Pretty cool guy. He said, do you know what you're winning? And anyway, I couldn't give him the word that he wanted. And he said, okay, I'm going to tell you. I said, okay, tell me. And I'm listening. He goes, because you're betting on yourself. You got to be willing to bet on yourself. Most of you are not willing to bet on yourself. There's too much in the way. But if you make that decision, like we talked about, if you start on this 30-day challenge for yourself, you start showing up for yourself and having somebody with you, start reading and writing your goals, start visualizing it, start taking action every day, start doing it like as if your life depends on it. Because that's the thing. If you really, really want it, you're going to have to do some action. The reason you procrastinate is because you are not clear on what you want. So what if we can clear all that up and give you that support you want? There is no way but succeeding, because you don't get what you want. You get what you are. You're going to have to become it and detach from the outcome. Start having fun. I'm going to leave you with this final thing. And I challenge you to do it. Don't take my word for the material. You got to test it for yourself. That's how I did it. I took the material, I followed direction, I tested it, and guess what? Started getting results. Start getting results, start getting results, start getting results, start getting promotions, start getting different jobs, different opportunities. Different companies now want me to work for them. Why? Because I'm improving myself. I'm improving my awareness. I'm becoming a better person. I'm adding value. I'm helping teams grow. I'm solving bigger problems. So are you willing to bet on yourself? Because if you are, I want to speak with you. And that's the thing. For those who do listen and for those who do show up and say, Kamal, I listened to Close the Gap call. I am making a decision. I really want something better for myself. I want to gift you a nice, beautiful gift. Lesson 1, which is worth thousands of dollars, maybe even millions if you actually do the work. And you could have a, I don't know, $10 million idea. I don't know what's in your head. I don't know where you've been. I don't know what you're working on. So I encourage you to accept the challenge and make that decision that can really shift you. Because if you don't, you're back to square one. And you must focus. You must focus. And you got to have this alignment. There has to be no confusion. And we're going to get you to do that. Now, you're going to attempt to do it tomorrow by yourself, and you're going to go to YouTube, and you're going to go to another seminar, and you got to stop doing all that. You just got to focus. Find somebody, find one person, me or someone, just believe that they know what they're doing and just go for it. You do what I'm telling you for 30 days, your life will change. And I don't just talk, I walk the talk. If you're really ready to rock the world, I want to speak with you if you're committed. But if you're kind of wishful and hopeful and, maybe don't show up. I don't even want to talk to you. It doesn't work for me because I only work with committed. I see my reputation is on the line. Anybody that I work with, they have to be committed. And if you don't do the work, I fire you. I have no interest. Seriously. Gotta be committed. So with that, show up. I know who's here, who's going to get the gift. I know some of you will be showing up tonight. We're going to talk tonight about a little bit more on the framework that I showed you. We're going to talk a bit more about examples and maybe some testimonials. And we also maybe going to talk about the decision and answer any of your questions, okay? And the reason I brought up the man, the legend himself, Les Brown, is because I'm going to finish with that on this call, and then we'll call it a day, and we'll see some of you tonight. This is what the legend himself said about the type of material that we have. He's a dear friend of ours. He works with very high caliber people, high caliber organizations. And one of my business partners is really great friends with him, and that's how I got introduced. This is what he had to say.
You have something special. You have greatness in you. Hello, I'm Les Brown. We're living in a time that's very disruptive, and major disruption requires major transformation. Coaching into results is very needed now more than ever before. Most people are failing now, not because they don't have the ability to do what's necessary, but you can't read the label, you're in the box. When you're in the box, your view is skewed. And so having somebody that's experienced, and this is what this team brings, years of success. And people say, well, experience is the best teacher. No, wisdom is the best teacher. Their collective wisdom will liberate you. Their collective wisdom will give you the keys that you need to unlock your new future and put your success on steroids. Yes, coaching into results. Yeah, going from lip service to life service. If you're ready to win, if you're ready to create a whole life of wealth in terms of peace of mind, good relationships, as well as financial wealth, this is the team. I believe in them, and I know once you experience them, you will say, Les Brown, you knew what you were talking about. I know it's not true because you said it, but I said it because it's true. Make sure you reach out to them. Coaching into results. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
That's so cool. So you are one decision away from changing the course for yourself. One decision. Just imagine that. So just make that decision and really do yourself a favor as to where you could be in 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. You can go to the website right there, register yourself, whatever works for you, group, private, or reach out. And if you have questions for the VIPs, come tonight with your questions. You know, be serious, be committed, and we go from there. But if you go to the website, askelrassi.com, you can see the two groups. And you pick what works for you and you get started immediately. There is no delay. There is no waiting. It begins today. Like the train is moving already and you're already late. You're already behind. So with that, really want to thank you. Thank you for your time. Really appreciate being able to do this and to share it with all of you. Blessings and